If you want to make things happen, you gotta keep moving. Watch this video. I'll prove it. Hey, this is Leslie Samuel here from becomeablogger.com, where we're changing the world one blog at a time. And I want to share a concept with you that I used to teach to my physics students back in the day. That's the concept of static friction versus kinetic versus rolling friction. Have you ever tried to push a very heavy object before? I'm talking about one that, it takes like almost your entire being to get it going. Well, I have. And there's one thing I always notice. It takes more force to get it going than it does to keep it going. Now, I didn't fully understand this until I studied physics and I learned about the difference between static, kinetic, and rolling friction. You see, there's friction between that heavy object and the floor or whatever surface it's on. But friction isn't just friction. There are different kinds. When an object is standing still, we're dealing with static friction. And when it's moving, we're dealing with kinetic or rolling friction. Now, here's the thing. It takes more force to overcome static friction than it does to overcome kinetic or even rolling friction. That's because when the object is standing still, there are interactions that are happening at the microscopic level that literally counteracts any force that you may be applying. But once you get it moving, this is so exciting. Okay, once you get it moving, those microscopic interactions don't even have the time to hold on to that moving object. And now you're dealing with kinetic friction. And that kinetic friction is so much easier to fight against. Now, I believe the same principle is at play when it comes to you taking action. You see, if you're just sitting still, it'll take so much more work to make things happen than if you would just get up and start moving. And that's exactly what so many of us do, or I guess, don't do. So many of us have a dream, a goal, a wish. We want to make things happen, but we remain stagnant because we're trying to figure it all out. We want everything to be perfect. We want to have all the answers and account for all the potential problems that may or may not come up. The problem here is that static friction is working against us and it becomes almost impossible to accomplish anything. Here's the thing. With static friction, when you start pushing and applying that force, the static friction actually applies the same amount of force in the opposite direction. And that's why nothing happens. When you're thinking about what you want to do, researching the bejesus out of it, and trying to account for each and every possible scenario, the forces are working against you and nothing happens. But when you get moving, it's so much easier to steer in the right direction. In fact, it becomes more like rolling friction. Once you get the wheels of a car moving, it's not just the kinetic friction, it's rolling friction, which is even less. And what's better is that eventually you reach the top of a hill and then the car starts moving down the hill and momentum takes over. And when that momentum takes over, it not only becomes easier to keep the car moving and steer it in the right direction, it becomes so much harder to stop it from moving. Do you get it? Okay, let's bring it home. You have a dream, you have a wish, you have a goal. Maybe you don't know exactly how to accomplish it. Here's what you need to do. Start moving. Seriously, get off your butt and start moving. No, you don't have to have all the answers. No, you may not have it all figured out. And no, it's definitely not going to be perfect. But it's so much easier to end up where you want to be if you start taking action today. No, not tomorrow. Today. Hey, in the spirit of taking action and just getting a move on it, I've decided to do something crazy. I've been wanting to do more videos for the longest while now, but I've been overthinking it. That is going out the window. In fact, my plan is to post a new video every single weekday. I'm not sure for how long, but I ain't got no time to figure that out quite yet. So I just gotta keep moving. Now, every day is gonna have a specific theme. We're gonna be doing Motivational Mondays, Tech Tuesdays, what I'm doing Wednesdays, Tutorial Thursdays, and Facing Fear Fridays. Now, this was the first in the Motivational Monday series, and I'm excited about what I have planned. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button, share it with at least one person that you know needs the motivation. Also, subscribe to this channel. Listen, I promise to provide you with more value than I've ever done in the past, and I would love to have you come along for the ride. You with me? Then hit subscribe. Let's do this.